Hello. So, I wanted to do a video on, and this might sound like a bit of a bizarre video to do, but it is quite relevant, and I'll explain why. I'll give me a few drags of this and a sip of my energy drink, and I'll tell you why. So yeah, I want to talk about disordered thinking and how it can really mess with anybody's brain. People with psychotic illnesses, people with mood disorders like myself, touch wood, it never ends up in anything worse than what I've already got, because what I've already got isn't really very good. But a guy who I've got a lot in common with, the guy who's I'm on about a driving rugby team with, came to me with some disordered thinking, and I get that a lot. And it's I don't know if you know this, but the human brain gets 11 million different impulses through the day that you won't even know on a subconscious level. So you could be watching TV or talking to your mates, and then something happens, like someone might walk past, and then you can get disordered in your thinking, and it's like when that brain has the second or two to re-register, you're back into thinking bizarre and like wowzer, thinking that and question everything. And just like use that analogy of the tree trunk going into branches, going into more branches. Oh god, excuse me again, it must be the gas in that monster. Gives you the burps. So yeah, and your brain needs time to catch up. Now, for some people, it's automatic, and the brain will catch up, and they'll think nothing of it. For lads like myself and other people that I know, this sort of thinking doesn't just stop. And it's really hard to deal with, because you can almost pinpoint where the disordered thinking started from, but then you get that many different damn thoughts running through your head. You genuinely think, then you start questioning yourself, thinking, oh, did it come from that? Do you know what I mean? And your mind's just going around in circles, it's flipping over and over and over. And this sort of thinking ties in with my OCD and my horrible intrusive thoughts. That's the nature of the beast, unfortunately, and I've got to try and conquer this disordered thinking, and allow my brain to. At the moment, I have to go through certain set routines in my brain, and along with the stuff that I'll sort of identify that I need in that moment in time, when I am thinking quite disortedly, and then they'll say, "Oh, that's normal, John." I get that, and then that'll put me at ease, knowing that everyone, not everyone is different to me, I suppose, because when you have these time lags, and it's really I feel like I'm talking a lot of crap in this video because it's really hard to explain, but you just get trapped in between thoughts and you start panicking and you start thinking, oh, well, I thought that and then it led to that, and well, I'm thinking that, and that was me, I'm a bad person, and that was me on this, and that was me on that. So you can see the confusion that goes on. This sort of thinking's common for anybody when they wake up, but for someone with an illness like mine, I can just get that far into my own brain. I don't even understand what's going on anymore. I really don't. And it really is a shame that some days things are that bad. And it's just important to almost identify when you do have these disordered thoughts and how they don't line up with what you're thinking the second before. And I mean, personally, I'm hoping in time that, like everybody else, or the majority of people, that the disordered thinking will correct itself automatically during time. And that's something that I'm going to have to be working on with the psychologist about, although there isn't a psychologist about anymore, because she left. But hopefully we can get a new one soon. We've got a new doctor, he seems really nice. Apparently he was extremely impressed with my knowledge of medication. But I do know my meds. I know other names that they're called, different brands. I know all the different things that they can be used for. So I think he was quite impressed. But seems like a nice bloke. But yeah, so with this sort of thinking, this is what I do. I'll tell you what I do. Number one, I'll go and find someone who I can talk to about it. And what I'll do is I'll go through it in my head and I'll go through what I was thinking before, pre to during, pre to after, and then break it all down into little pieces and try and find that connection. And then hopefully once that connection's been found, then it's like, right, now it makes perfect sense. Now, to most people's brains, that'll be automatic. To someone with obsessive compulsive disorder or other psychiatric illnesses, it is not that simple. And we do have to follow, or I've learned, or I've believe it or not, on this disordered thinking. I don't disordered, is that even a word? Or is it disordered? I don't know. I might sound like a bit daft saying the wrong word, but you can guess where I'm coming from. It's a state of confusion into next because your brain needs at one time, one second, to sort of catch up, really. So yeah, the cognitive approach I've kind of worked out. It hasn't been through, the people here. This has been my cognitive approach, which I'm trying to learn from myself. It's something I thought about in my head, and how I can try and overcome this disordered thinking. And touch wood, things can only get better. I'll be honest with you, I'm just quite surprised how I seem to have bounced back so quickly from my 2 or 3 days of sort of, it wasn't crisis, it was way past the mild stages. It was probably into moderate, probably going into crisis if what I was doing was to go any further. But luckily for me, it didn't, and I made that choice to sort it out basically. So yeah, try and follow. Also, I need to mention this. Don't take what I'm saying as gospel. I'm not a fully trained um, psychiatrist or psychologist. I'm just trying to put forward what works for me or what I'm trying to get working for me, and that cognitive approach, and hopefully it'll go from gear shift to automatic. On that note, thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support. Please share all these videos. Please share my YouTube channel. You don't have to have an illness. You can be one of those loved ones watching someone go through it. If anything I'm saying makes any sense or you can relate to, you know my inbox is always open. You know I say that more or less every video, and I don't know it all, but I've got a lot of experience of a lot of different things. So again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.